Друзья, всем добрый вечер. В этот воскресный вечер мы попробуем поиграть в новую игру, которая называется Chicken Police. Петушиная полиция, в общем. Пошевелим мозгами немножечко этим вечером. Сколько можно уже таскать на себе всякие чемоданы и грузы. Надо размять теперь не только мышцы и ноги, но и мозг. Поэтому поиграем в эту детективную историю и посмотрим, куда нас заведет вся эта петушиная ерунда. В общем, я в нее еще не играл. Начинаю с новой игры. Я так понял, что здесь локализации полной русской нету, только субтитры. Поэтому, наверное, буду стараться озвучивать главного героя, но всех остальных, наверное, мы будем просто читать. Александр, привет. Вот я специально налил водички, чтобы не посадить голос. Надеюсь, там будет не очень много таких замысловатых диалогов. Ну что, поехали. Мертвецы тяжелее разбитых сердец. Рэймонд Чендлер.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes,
Бежал я
but
на
I
улицу,
left
взять
my
пачку
wallet
сигарет,
at
но
home.
бумажник оставил дома.
Yeah,
Ага, какой
that's me.
красавец. Старею.
I'm getting old. My name is Sonny,
Я Соня,
Sonny
Переедем.
Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Петушиная история.
Still, what do I expect?
Нет, а чего же еще?
We're living in a vast
Вся наша жизнь
experiment
огромный
and
эксперимент.
don't even
Даже
notice that
незаметно, как
everything
всё
got
давным-давно
clucked up a
крякнулось.
long time ago. We believe in this
Все верим в эту сказку про
wonderland
мирное
of peaceful
существование.
coexistence. Wolves and
Волки,
sheep,
овцы, львы,
chickens and
ягнята.
hounds. Yeah, sure.
Ну еще
Why
бы.
not?
А чего же нет? Просто
It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the
волки
chicken.
сожрут овес, потому
It's in
что
our
по натуре
nature.
такие.
I'm not propping
Я
up the
больше в сказки
illusion
не верю.
anymore.
Ровно 121 день,
121
все,
days,
приплыл я.
And it's
Пенсия.
over. Retirement. What could possibly
Что
go
может быть
wrong?
не так? Город Кловель, район Рорк, бывший отель Атлас. Та-дам!
Ah, crap.
Что за
My
черт?
office lock is a
Ну и
piece of
дерьмовый
shit
же
if a
замок у
dame
меня в
can
офисе,
pick it.
если даже баба может
She
его
stood in the
вскрыть.
darkness. The
Она
light
стояла в
painted
потемках,
stripes on her
под лучами
body.
света на ней,
It
казалось, играли
whispered secret
полоски.
little things that
Тут
were never there
укладывались
in the first
маленькие
place.
тайны, которых
But
вообще-то
she
не
was
было,
no
но она же
zebra.
не зебра.
Reality was
Тут
just a
выключатель
light switch
повернут, и все
away.
станет ясно.
Elizabeth
Элизабет,
or
Шарлотта.
Charlotte? I was
Точно
sure she'd
должно быть
have a
какое-то
sophisticated
сложное имя.
sounding name.
В ее
She had a
глазах стоял
bygone look in
призрак
her
прошлого,
eyes,
старше
older than this
этого
ancient
древнего
building,
дома,
and
а может и
perhaps
всего
the whole
города.
city itself.
Или я перебрал
Or
просто.
maybe I'm just drunk.
Но это ведь женский
But she
способ в
was the
моем
first
доме,
womanly
чего
thing in
давненько
my
не было,
place
не
for a
выгоняли
long
же ее.
time. So I had to give her a chance.
Так, сейчас я сделаю, знаете что? А нет, медленно. Так, и что здесь можем сделать? Выключатель. Ну, давай включим свет для начала.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles. I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm going to end up dead in here whether I like it or not. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Blood Boil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case. Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range. The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground. This is...
Это одно из самых прекрасных воспоминаний из моей старой жизни. Before Molly left me
and took our daughter.
Короче, очередной детектив, которого бросила жена и забрала всех детей и ушла. Несколько лет назад мы были звездами, о нас писали в газетах, назвали на радио. Даже целую серию книг про нас выпустили. Вообще не скучаю. Мой старый напарник Марк, конечно, думает иначе. Ему так нравилось купаться в лучах славы. Хорошие в жизни не вечно, лучшие уходят первыми. Это я увидел в витрине обувного магазина. Когда я этого не понимал.
M.B. Davis,
король джаза навсегда.
The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
Ладно, поговорим, наверное, с мадам. Что за мадам к нам пришла?
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is going to stay there. Who is this dame anyway?
Ладно, кто же эта дамочка? Какого плохо она забыла в моем доме накануне Нового года?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Вы не к тому обратились, мадам.
Please enlighten me, Mr.
Неужели?
Gentleman.
I'm not a private
Я
eye.
не частная ищейка. Советую сходить к Филиппу. То есть к мистеру Филмору.
Fillmore Lowe
Он
instead
тот,
of
кто
me.
вам нужен.
He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland,
Поверьте, мистер
it's not an
Бьерден, я не
accident
случайно
I came
именно
to
к
you.
вам пришла.
Look, miss, I work for the
Слушайте, мисс, я в
police and I'm
полиции
currently
работаю,
on
сейчас в
leave.
отпуске.
I couldn't
Подряда я не
accept
беру,
private
даже
commissions
если бы
even if I
сильно
wanted
хотел.
to.
Даже
Not
такой
even from
шикарной
a
дамочки,
classy
как вы.
dame like you.
Am I
Это
that
что-то
easy
новое,
to
да, Илюх,
read?
здорово. Это у нас
That's my
детектив.
job.
Петушиный
But tell me,
детектив.
since you've invited yourself in,
Для
would you
развития
like a
мозга
drink?
немножечко. А то
I
мы
don't-
все таскаем на
I
себе
don't
всякие
usually
ящики.
drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And
Тут
it'd be
делать
rude
надо.
of me to
Сейчас
drink
разберемся,
alone.
преступление будем
So,
раскрывать
maybe
какое-нибудь.
some sherry?
If you insist, but
Я только
bourbon,
начал.
please.
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it.
Ну
From
давайте
the beginning.
выкладывайте с самого начала, что у вас там. О, прибухнул. С косулей. Петух с косулей. Или кто это вообще? Так, и что дальше?
Legs that go on for
Длиннее
days.
этих ножек я не
Deep,
видел.
dark
Глубокие
eyes,
темные глаза,
silky
самая
skin and
бархатистая,
voice.
голосок под стать.
You're in
Ты
big
улыбка
trouble,
жёсткая.
pal. That's better.
Вот так-то лучше. Если я правильно понял, ваши хозяйки поступают угрозы. Какие именно? Это все очень странно. Сначала письма, потом они были на этикетке бутылки с вином, которые прислали подарок, потом их вырезали на кирпиче и бросили в окно. Наконец их написали на стене дома огромными красными буквами. Так, давайте капнем поглубже. Я задам вам несколько стандартных вопросов, если не возражаете. Конечно, я за этим пришла. Новая функция, допрос. Так, что у нас здесь? Подсказка, а где перевод? Дебора Ибанес. Вид африканская антилопа, пол женский, особые приметы, тонкая губка, ничего такого особенного. Так, кодекс, блин, а что, где перевод? А, вот перевод, когда нажимаешь. Статистика. Очки за допросы. Подсказки. Жаль каких-то странных угроз там, все они... Так, это ясно.
Oh man, I totally...
Так, это все ясно. Вопрос. Фокусируясь на том, что известно о подозреваемом. Ведет себя подозрительно, сосредоточьтесь на этом. Так. Он ведет себя подозрительно, я веду себя подозрительно. Почему ты ведешь себя подозрительно? Тема Джон Доу. Фокус. Этот парень ведет себя подозрительно. Надо сосредоточиться на этом фокус. Подозрительно. Так, я не понял. Детективы мер. Выбирайте мнение о подозреваемом. Каждое мнение добавляет новый вопрос. Новое мнение, вопрос, сколько вариантов впечатления. Детективы мер. Ваш лучший друг. Он показывает, хорошо ли идет допрос. Старайтесь держаться в плюсе. Окей.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems
Надо полегче и поумному. Дамочка вроде робкая это может использовать, но надо думать, что ей говорить, а то можно отпугнуть. Начнем бережно, а потом в нужный момент поднажмем. Вы кто, собственно, мадам?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important,
Да я, в общем, никто, мистер Терьере.
You're important enough to deal with such a
Очень даже
delicate
кто, если
matter,
вам такое дело доверяет,
I
да?
carry out the wishes of my
Я
employer,
выполняю поручение моего
nothing more.
нанимателя, не более.
This
Обычно
means
это
simple
простая работа с
paperwork,
бумагами.
most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep
Милочка,
water,
тебя
sweetheart.
столкнули в воду.
Tell me,
Плавать хоть
can you
умеешь?
even swim?
Believe me,
Поверь
this
мне,
is
я от
just
этого
as
удовольствия
unpleasant
не
for
больше,
me
чем
as it
вам.
is for you,
Меньше
if
даже.
not even more.
Это с вами новое впечатление. Так, детективы мир застенчивые, неуверенные. Ага, вот у нас, короче, этот детективы мир пошел в плюс. Что это с вами? Нормально себя чувствуете уверенно? Ну, давайте
You're not
потихонечку.
very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Нормально себя чувствуете уверенно?
Excuse me,
Да, простите,
I'm
мне
just a
просто
bit
не по себе.
nervous.
Никогда раньше
I've
такого
never
не
done
делал.
anything like this before.
Ничего страшного,
Breaking into
всего
the
впервые.
apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people
Да
do
что
it as
там
a hobby.
жаловаться в дом к
Please
незнакомому
don't
обычное
make
дело?
fun of me, Mr. Featherland.
Не смейте
This
надо,
is hard for
пожалуйста,
me
мистер
as it
Пиржи.
is.
Мне и так нелегко.
You're right. Sorry.
Ваша правда, извините. Кто вы по гороскопу?
Did you come alone? All by
Вы одна
yourself?
пришли своим
I
ходом?
took the subway, then the
Я ехал
tram,
на
and
метро,
then I
потом на
walked.
трамвай, потом
It
пешком.
wasn't
Не
easy to
просто найти
find
это
this
место.
place, and to be
Еще
honest,
даже
I
сказать не
had to be
хотела, чтобы меня
discreet.
видели.
Yeah. Well, I
Да,
think I'm
понятно.
starting to get the picture.
Примерно
This is
представляю.
quite unpleasant for me.
А почему пришли вы? Почему не сама нанимательница собственной персоны? Застенчивая, неуверенная, напуганная. Эту игру тоже Кодзима придумал в пьяном угаре? Нет, это
Why
не
did you come
Кодзима
to visit
придумал.
me? Why
Честно
not
говоря, я
your
даже не знаю, кто ее
employer
придумал.
herself?
My
особо вникал в
employer
этот
is Miss
вопрос.
Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home
Я, кстати,
lately.
играл в похожую
Only
игру
she really
тоже.
has to.
Там Тоже был мир животных. И там тоже мы расследовали преступление, когда убили боксера. Прикольная, кстати, игруха была. Забыл, как называется. Тоже в стиле нуар такая.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Что-то скрывает.
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there. Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other. If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
Please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Достойный коп. Ну, на 4 был допрос всего лишь. Маловато. Последние мысли. Вот это дело, напарник. Не совсем как в прежние времена, но еще есть порох. Старик цыпленок еще помнит пару трюков, да? Важная улика. Нынешний влиятельный приятель Наташи, нашего нанимателя, печально известный гангстер Ибн Уэслер. Наташа Кошенко. Личный приятель Наташи, наша гангстер. Наташа Кошенко, кошка, рисует элементы необыкновенными глазами, и проблемы
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos,
Почему вы
flashing
пойти в
lights,
полицию, просто
fingerprints.
пойдите туда и
You know
напишите
the drill.
заявление, фото,
The
вспышки,
evidence is
опечатки,
very
в
clear.
курсе.
Even a
Доказательств
moderately
достаточно,
talented
даже среди
detective could
детективов
easily wrap
запросто
this
дело
case up.
раскроет.
Or just try the
Или
phone.
просто по телефону
555
позвоните
511.
555
Please.
111.
Take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Давайте. Вон там отдала.
I know Molly very well.
Я очень хорошо знаю
Please
Молли.
note this when deciding whether or not to accept my
Помните это,
assignment.
когда будет решать брать
Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend.
моя верная подруга.
Treat her as gentleman. N. I know.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece.
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Видимо, Наташа откуда-то знает Молли, мою жену. Или, может быть, у нее хороший информатор, я должен выяснить, какая тут связь. Я найду Наташу в церкви. Это что за заяц? Дикий кролик. Мой старый друг сильно заикается, когда говорит. Льюис, владелец ранее популярного отеля «Атлас», мой хороший друг. Сейчас я снимаю у него номер. Но в невероятно огромном отеле живем только мы вдвоем. Он с ума сходит от детективов и охотно помогает, когда я прошу. 559. Один из самых известных гангстеров Кловеля, магнат в сфере недвижимости, директор банка, владелец музея, винодел, контрабандист и торговец информацией. Это только половина того, что о нем говорят. Его маленькие грязные лапки протянуты во все уголки городского подполья. Один из самых известных ночных клубов города, владельца самых гламурных башмаков и крепких кулаков там завсегдатый. И всегда знает, что копам там не рады, если только они на коленях в грязи умолять не станут. Да ладно.
Thank you again, Mr. Sonny.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Пять 932.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Льюис, не сильно тебя отвлек. Нет, конечно же, с вами, дружище, что ж тряслось?
Could you come over?
Заглянешь ненадолго, хотел тебя об одолжении попросить, если тебе не впадло. Для тебя что угодно, минутку.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident who... Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in the city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. My bedroom. I don't see colors any... I can always count on you. Thanks, old buddy.
Don't even mention it.
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's new.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't.
Да как мне выйти отсюда? Карта появилась, да? Тип сцен: основные сцены, бонусные сцены, закрытые сцены. Идем в полицейский участок, в общем.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work, but still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same, and the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Очень много слов в этой игре.
I knew where to find Marty. At the
Где найти
station, we'd
Марти, я
always
знаю. В
draw
участке мы всегда
straws about
спички тянули,
holiday
кому
duty.
дежурить в праздники.
Marty never
Марти в
joined
сторонке
in.
стоял и
He
просто брал
always took the
смену
New
в
Year's
канун
Eve
Нового года,
shift,
хотя его...
even though he had someone to go home
Да,
to.
я его понимал.
I understood.
10 лет назад
10
выдалась
years
тяжелая
ago,
ночь, которую
we
газеты
survived
крестили
the
кровавой
night the
новой.
press called the
Как много
Bloody New
давно
Year,
забыл, но мы там забыли.
forgotten by
Нам
Clawville,
Божья
but
легко досталось.
not by us.
Так, а что за крысы стоят?
Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching out over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city streets in one of these. Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, here we are again, Clawville Police Department.
Ну вот мы снова здесь, полицейский участок Кловеря. У меня с историей туго, но здесь вроде бы в разные эпохи церковь была, больница и даже тайное сборище каких-то выживших с ума сектантов. Что бы там ни было, здесь хранятся вековые тайны, еще несколько уравшись до поросячьего вида глубокого подвала.
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged in.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. I wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course...
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
report, you scabious beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jeff is a good boy, sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be, but neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon. One of Blood Boil's favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course. One of Blood Boil's favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course. Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here. Not a chance without registration. I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malloy. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to
говоришь, что забыл микрофон. Сори, сори.
himself.
Мне сейчас просто звонили по телефону, и как бы это...
Told me he's emptying the
Микрофон отключил,
magazines in the
забыл
hole.
включить.
Like always.
Все,
And if he
включил.
carries on like that, he's
Это, в
gonna
общем,
use up
детективная
all
история
ammo.
в нуар
So it would be
стиле.
nice if you drag him out of there.
В мире животных
You know how
какая-то.
this day is for
Посмотрим,
him.
разомнем немножко мозг, а то все таскаем
You
на
know I
себе
didn't
грузы.
mean it like that.
Все разминаем ноги и плечи, а
Okay.
теперь
So
немножко
just sign here and
посмотрим,
you're good to go.
чем мы можем в детективе, как себя проявить.
Don't mention it, boss bird.
Ну, очень много текста здесь, конечно. Я как-то играл в похожую игру, тоже такая в стиле нуара была, детективная история, тоже там были все герои животные, и мы расследовали убийство одного боксера. Ну, игра была довольно-таки прикольная. Посмотрим, что это из себя представляет. Что это за парк? Ну, это такой мир такой созданный, вымышленный мир, где все главные герои, ну, вообще все жители этого мира, они животные, они люди. Так, что он мне сказал? А, мне нужно найти своего напарника.
I'm not here for this. This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Вот он, мой напарник Марти.
I know her well. Marty calls her Susie. Claudia. Tiny, dark, and angry.
Дайте во врагов и не попадайте в заложников. Все просто. При попадании противника даются очки и время. За попадание заложников они отнимаются. Все зависит от вас. Думайте и стреляйте. После 6 выстрелов нужно перезарядить оружие. Прямо как в вестернах, но еще быстрее. Все понятно. Давай попробуем. Ух ты. $2360 баллов. Маловато. Была бы еще хоть озвучена. Ну да, к сожалению, вот озвучка только это... Такая, только субтитры. Приходится много читать. Ты креативишь. Не, ну для разнообразия что, немножко поиграем. Вечером полетим опять. Так, ну давайте повторим. Ты, блин, опять тупанул. А что такое, когда ты вылазишь-то прямо? Аж куда ты вылазишь-то? 2270, мало вообще, даже в четверку не могу попасть. Так, еще с этим перезарядом. Так, пошли. Раз, два, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Блин, ну куда ты вылез? О, почти догнал, елки-палки. Я катаю ЕТС. Слушай, надо ЕТС тоже как-нибудь поиграть. Я думаю, мы до ЕТС тоже дойдем. Блин, почти догнал. На втором месте. Прям чуть-чуть не добил. Сейчас мы сделаем его. Надо нам первое место. Чтобы потом было с Марти попроще разговаривать. Да что такое, блин? Влезло все-таки. Да елки-палки. Чуть-чуть прям. Вот если бы эта овца не влезла. Или как ее там голубиная какая-то дама. Да, елки-палки, опять черт влез. Сейчас будем переигрывать. Сейчас мы сделаем все равно первое место. Давайте чуть-чуть. Все сделали. Супер. Все, первое место у нас. Учи, дружок.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, boss bird. Were you lost?
Два петуха
This is the
встретились.
PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on. Let's forget that. What's past is past.
Yeah, easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny, stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to
Давай
hear.
именами свои пистолеты. Так, чё?
Hey, there were 4 weapons here. Where are the others? You're not bringing them with you, I hope.
Oh, we're going to a bar, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the point.
And? What?
A buffalo killer and 2 handguns? We're only there to sniff around, not start a goddamn war.
Yeah, war, bar, what's the difference? And it's frickin' New Year's Eve, right?
Of all that's furry, you know what? I don't even care.
That's the spirit.
Seriously,
Who said I have just...
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could
Стрелял,
visit
что
our
ли?
old
А то я
haunt.
отходил.
What do you
Да,
think?
первое место занял.
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee in the hop dog.
Набил очков.
I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You
Блин,
don't
как же они
have
много
to come with
разговаривают,
me, you
да?
know.
Okay, I know.
Если
Let's
сейчас не
go.
пойдет какой-то активухи, я тоже пойду кататься на этом,
Sonny,
в
there's a
ЕТС.
little problem.
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
What a surprise. The 2 pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck
Шеф
off
кроводер.
right now, Santino.
Это что, лабрадор, что ли?
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first. leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Это что такое? А, это кофеек, что ли? Поехали, кофейку
The
попьем по
hot
дороге.
dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign.
Кок-дог был словно
An
последнее
enormous
предупреждение.
dog,
Еще не
like a
поздно свернуть
neon
назад.
god with
Мой взгляд
limitless
привлекла
power
вывеска
over
«Огромный
cheap
дом».
hot dogs,
Будто
plastic
дом из неона с
hamburgers, and
безразличной властью
watered-down
над дешевыми
coffee.
хот-догами,
The
пластмассовыми
cold light called
гамбургерами
me,
и разбавленным
but I
кофе.
didn't want to get out of the
Холодный свет
car.
звал меня.
If
Но
we
из
went
машины
in,
вылезать не
we were
хотелось.
all going to
Если
be
войдем, встанем
pancakes,
двумя блинами с
kept
хреном и
together
холодным
by
сиропом.
cold syrup.
Тревожный взгляд Марти вывел меня из
Marty's
задумчивости.
worried look
Ох,
shook me out of my reverie.
Опять сам
Oh,
собой говорю.
cluck.
Крять.
Was I talking to myself again?
Вот так крять.
Hey, pal.
Мух.
Can you hear me?
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yep, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Ah, it's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. Then where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in. Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Я пойду в ванне полежу, через часок вернусь. Давай,
I don't want to
отмокай.
talk about it.
Не перегрейся.
Roger that.
И воду надо экономить, кстати.
So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
I've got to say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue for a ball.
Ha!
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why?
That Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel, if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Czar Club, right?
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for this straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay, okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I clucking will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
А чё же, музыку поставили, вышли, она не играет. Порядок.
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat. But don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day. What insight?
Fuck the king.
Well, that's a good question, pal. The highlight of my day.
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so special?
Look at that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really want to know?
You're right.
As always.
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh yeah, I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner. Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along the district's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird. Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, Master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing. Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Iveria.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard. Huh, I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious. That fella's built like a brick shithouse. I don't think we'll be able to just sneak past him.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha. Maybe next time.
What was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Was that a rhetorical question? Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Возьмем у него, наверное, приглашение. Нет?
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Laura?
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's
Should I thank him for that?
or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary chicken...
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or
I see. That's a...
see you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Let's just not...
Let's just not do that.
Okay.
Just one more thing.
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy. Just wait.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal. What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Значок, полицейский значок. Будем светить или как?
Molly, my ex-wife. What do you have to do with all this? Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet...
черного входа здесь нет, да?
You know, seeing this, I can't wait.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering. Like the
Interesting taste you've got.
feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
One day, neon signs will cover the whole world.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
Показывал значок тогда.
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I am strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
oh my god, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare.
Что дальше?
Let's just knock that giant out, shall we? Easy peasy.
Let's just not do that, shall we?
Okay.
Let's not bother her.
Okay, boss.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners...
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, 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 no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong? Let's just knock that...
Let's...
Okay.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Ayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'archulamont, sir.
And as for you,
Что такое этот
you owe me one,
авторитетный кролик оказался?
gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me, no matter how alien I feel.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Hey, there's Filmar.
Who? Oh, yes, Filmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap Pulp Fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to. Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with the Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Всем уже растрепались, зачем пришли, кому пришли, тоже мне без палева пришли.
Stop clucking around, Filmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Вот и крыса подошла.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers. Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha, very funny.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil... Isn't that...
Yes, It is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great. That woman with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal. This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Все слили
Mr.
вообще.
Wessler had a meeting with
Она
Attorney
просила
General
вообще, чтобы он не знал, а мы вообще напрямую все слили, все, что за
If you would
тупизм.
excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service. Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
Юр, привет. Что это такое? Это петушиная полиция.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia.
Детектив в стиле нуар.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we
Решил
talk
посмотреть для
about something
разнообразия.
else?
Я как-то играл в игру похожую. Тоже там такая была... Ну, как бы мир животных был. И тоже расследовали мы убийство одного из боксеров. Ну, довольно-таки занимательная оказалась. И вот эта игра вышла, и я решил прямо ее попробовать, пощупать, что это из себя представляет. Но, если честно, довольно-таки пока нудновато. Очень много разговоров и очень мало действий.
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Ну, я через полчасика уже буду заканчивать. Ко мне едет столешница. Буду устанавливать столешницу, а потом... А вечером полетим. Как у тебя дела? Во что сейчас играешь?
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective. But the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Стилистика как в фильме «Гора грехов». Да, все такое в черно-белом, да, этом стиле. Роберт Ибн Уэслер. Уэслер мне просто. Так, коварный детективомер такое.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly,
Допрос
I
ведем.
found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kind of interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Дятина. Ну да, что-то пока такое есть. Сейчас посмотрим.
No,
Еще
not
минут
quite.
20 поиграем.
I'm sorry to
Приедет
hear
столешница. Если развития не будет, то лучше во что-нибудь другое поиграем. Я уже даже подумал, может покатать в ETS чуть-чуть.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a
Сибирь. Я
case.
первый, второй
So do
проходил, а до
threats.
третьей руки
Who
так
were
и
you
не
trying to
дошли.
convince, Sonny? Huh?
Не знаю
They
почему.
would have
Не
laughed in my
тянет.
face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there,
Лучше
I'm
в
not
Death
coming out
Stranding
again.
опять поиграю.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Это стоит
Yeah,
450
I
рублей в
guess you're right,
Steam.
chicken.
Ну я не покупал. Как ты догадался?
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Ради Терминатор.
Are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my
Надо
private
посмотреть,
life?
что это вообще из
Because,
себя представляет. Я даже не
people who do
смотрел.
that end up in the alley. If you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler.
Да проходить-то видишь, есть во что играть. Я просто думал, так это коротенькая игра, чуть-чуть поиграть в нее.
It's time to
Такое
gently
разнообразие
beat
выходного
around the
дня
bush.
делать.
Were there any similar incidents in Natasha's past?
Ну, это отличная игра, ты сам играл в нее?
threats, blackmail, enemies or insane fans.
Я даже не
Psychopath
представляю,
pianists,
какой там геймплей, в
perhaps.
принципе. Я даже не смотрел.
I don't know about
И ролики,
enemies,
ничего
but
по
she's
ней
a
по этой игре.
celebrity. A star
Трейлеры.
shining bright in Clawville's night sky. Do you understand? She gets endless fan mail. It could be anybody. I wouldn't overreact.
Natasha doesn't feel that way.
I've noticed.
Do you think one of her fans is the culprit? Someone who can't take rejection, maybe?
Why not? It's quite common.
It's a typical motive, indeed. Any ideas who it could be?
Yeah. Attorney General Hamtaro is obsessed with Natasha. But he's, more like the kiss on the hand, flowers bowing type. Throwing bricks through the window is not his style. I can't think of anybody else. Or rather, I can think of everybody else. About half the city, actually.
I get it. Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse, So, how was it, when was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah, the millions, of course.
It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Оценка заведения допроса. Смотри, 5 звезд. Отлично. Точность фокуса 90%. Один, короче, вопрос я ложанул. Но все равно неплохо. Настоящий детектив. Ивна очень старается сменить тему, когда речь заходит об угрозах. Он, очевидно, знает больше, чем захочет рассказать. Последние мысли. Легендарные пернатые копы снова в деле. Немного устали, но свое дело знают. Хорошая работа.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Теперь начинает показывать сериал Метод 2. Слушай, я его, наверное, потом скачаю, когда побольше серий выйдет, чтобы можно было прям подряд смотреть. А пока послушаем Наташу. О, петуха аж это еле растерял. Здорово, братан, где актив? Лайк поставил хотя бы. Привет, приехал. Летать будем попозже вечером.
Sonny.
Походу, петух прям растерялся от голоса Наташи.
It's dead.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you.
Не говори такие слова, а то мы сейчас опять страйк получим.
My room's
Это
upstairs.
просто игра такая, в стиле нуар, детективная игра в мире животных.
You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone, as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching.
О, у меня прям уже голова, если честно, разболелась от этих миллионов диалогов, из которых половина вообще ни о чем, если не больше. В смысле опять? Да у нас вчера там были определенные разговоры, и мы обсуждали тему страйков на YouTube в полете. За что ее можно получить?
Gee, that is a unique picture and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Каждый думает в меру своей испорченности.
Charming. Thank you, detective.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
А, кстати, Манкутов, ты видел, я тебе скинул на почту это, 2 файла со звуками. Звуки, которые можно использовать. У разраба фантазия пипец. Ну а чё, прикольный сеттинг, геймплей. Я говорю, как ты играл в игру, тоже была детективная история, тоже примерно в этом же стиле, и там тоже, ну, вместо людей были животные. И мы там расследовали убийство боксера одного. И там так история вообще раскрутилась, закрутилась, но довольно-таки увлекательно было. Я поэтому, когда эту игру увидел, И захотел в нее тоже попробовать поиграть. Но вот сейчас играю уже целый час, и пока такая нудятина, если честно. Вот одни диалоги, а вот какого-то экшена нету. Ну вот пару допросов провел. Ничего особенного, как бы. Ну, даже не знаю, стоит ли в нее продолжать играть. Сейчас ко мне через 20-30 минут приедут, привезут мне столешницу. Я буду устанавливать вот сюда вот столешницу. Сделаю паузу. И, наверное, начну играть во что-нибудь другое. А для PSP могу эту игру найти? PSP это PlayStation, что ли? Я не знаю, если честно. Сейчас могу посмотреть, на чем она вышла вообще. На какие платформы. Слушай, она вышла на PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One и Nintendo Switch. Вот на 4 платформах можем в нее поиграть.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
Понятно, спасибо. Да
So
нет,
I've been told. Anyway,
попробуй, может, тебе зайдет.
Yes. Look,
Блин, забыл,
Mr.
как та игра
Featherland.
называлась.
It's
То
sunny.
детективная.
Saves us a lot of time.
Она прям прикольная была. Сейчас я
Okay,
посмотрю.
Sonny.
So, why am I
Покажу
here?
вам.
You know, men
Вот,
tend
в
to
нее точно
babble
стоит
in my
поиграть. Вот насчет
presence.
этой, как бы, у меня еще
It
пока
must
вопрос.
be exhausting.
It is.
По крайней мере,
But
для
you're
стрима она
not
точно не
type
подходит.
to
Здесь вот
beat
одни
around
диалоги,
the
диалоги.
bush.
Смотреть вообще, мне
Is
кажется,
it too
неинтересно.
banal if I tell you it's an occupational
Очень
hazard?
много слов и очень много букв.
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Well, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Так, сейчас я посмотрю, скажу ребятам, какую игру стоит поиграть. Так. Все, вспомнил. Вспомнил. Сейчас я вам покажу. Кстати, интересный факт. Игра называется Black Set. И она вышла ровно год назад, тоже 5 ноября, как и эта игра. Интересно, у них один и тот же этот. Что он сказал? iFuck RS. А съемки второго Ведьмака остановлены. Да, я прочитал, что эти подтвержденные ковидники есть у них. Вот я скинул, кстати, игру, посмотрите, может быть, кому-нибудь зайдет. Прикольная, мне понравилось. Гораздо интереснее, чем вот то, что мы сейчас смотрим. Причиной послужили подтвержденные случаи заражения коронавирусом. То есть не 4 таких случая. Да-да-да, я прочитал.
I can't leave until I've talked. Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger. That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently?
Она по комиксу
You're
сделала. Ну, я
also the
комиксы не
owner,
читаю,
if I'm not
поэтому не
mistaken.
знаю, комикс не комикс.
Sadly, I
Ну,
don't
она
have
прикольная,
the
мне понравилось.
time.
Про этого, про Black Sad мне
The stage
понравилось.
still calls my name,
История.
and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
Ты играл,
I
Юр,
have
в нее?
many admirers, if that's what you mean.
Если подойдет. Ну, а почему? Попробуй, может затянет.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
Well, you tell me. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually
Это она на ПК вышла
idolize
14
me.
ноября, а на других платформах
think it's
вышла
one of
5
them.
ноября, так же, как
You
и
know,
эта игра.
the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration
Такое
into
ощущение, как
hate.
будто смотришь вступление
That's
в
a
порнофильм.
stillborn
А кто его
theory.
знает? Может быть,
No
это и
one
есть
hates
вступление.
me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see. Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept my ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't
Ромчик,
change its
полюс не
spots.
имеет никакого отношения к Black
Deep
Sad.
behind the diamond
Для
skin
разработчиков. Ну, я так и понял. Я просто говорю, что такое есть совпадение. Что они вышли в один день, только с годом
She's
разницы.
scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Примерно в одно и то же время вышли, и как бы геймплей примерно один и тот же, да, как бы вот стиль. Геймплей-то разный. Та игра поинтереснее, поактивнее, там прям движения какие-то надо выполнять и т.д. и т.п. Здесь как-то вот все пока сосредоточено чисто на диалогах, вообще больше никакой движухи нет. Ну, кроме тира. Вот в тире там хоть какое-то разнообразие было.
What was in those threats exactly?
The message itself is not a
Может,
threat.
дальше разойдется.
It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Так, во-первых, глубоко под атласный кот открывается истина. Ну вот, Наташа может показать, сказать, но я напугнуть. Пора сосредоточиться. Поверьте, да? Так что сосредоточиться.
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk, but yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city. I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well... That's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
As you wish, Sonny.
Да, в эксплейн летаем. А в МФС почему не летаешь?
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well...
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Оригинальная озвучка всегда лучше, чем локализация.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know
Хотя бы в народной версии начало попробуй, а потом, если что, лицензию возьмешь.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Наташа, да, Наташа зовут ее.
How? Were you a nurse too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude.
Это русская голубая порода.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
А, русский голубой ты имеешь в виду? Код был у тебя такой? Вот, что-то я слабенько, ленивый коп. Слабенький допрос сделал, провел. Угроза или скорее угрожающее слово в сообщении для Наташи шлюха. Коротко, но емко. Ну вот выяснили хотя бы, кто ее и чем оскорблял.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Son,
Без пристрастия.
a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
О, Карсил, привет, что за игра? Chicken Police. Пернатая полиция называется. Это детектив в зверином мире в стиле нуар.
Well,
weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
Казмер, привет. Я писал про то, что самолет при посадке клюет. Мне написали ответ. Включайте антиайс еще на земле. Не выключайте. Мои глюки с самолетом ушли. О, слушай, спасибо за совет большое. Попробуем сегодня. Сегодня с Илюхой полетим, попробую. Антиайс включать и не отключать получается? Какая вообще связь может быть между антиайсом и вот этой вот всей бодягой? По идее, антиайс как бы тоже не рекомендуется постоянно держать включенным. Это же как бы расход мощности. И тут допрашивает кошку, ржу не могу. Здесь вон, видишь, какие ребята у меня стоят. Парень, лиса. Вон, рысь какая-то, громила. Оливия, ворона. Здесь какая-то лама. Вот лиса тоже. Так, это мы видели. Верзила, леопардиха, лось. Вот какой-то тоже сокол, филмор, буфетчик, конь.
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wesley go?
Длинномордый. Куда делся мистер
unfortunately, I
Уэслер?
don't know, Big Face, but I wouldn't tell you even if I did.
Really? Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an
Сам не знаю,
irritating piece
попробуй.
of
То есть ты пока как бы еще не пробовал, да? Слушай, ну я попробую сегодня ради интереса, попробую. Спасибо за совет. А рыбки есть? Вот, кстати, рыб я еще не встречал. Рыб пока еще не было. Расход топлива, мощность не падает. Ты имеешь в виду при антиайсе? Я имею в виду, что если в реальной жизни самолет включает вот эти антиайсы, там же идет, получается, обдув. За счет чего происходит антиайс? За счет того, что идет обдув, допустим, двигателя, обдув там крыла и так далее. То есть, получается, внутренние ресурсы тратятся на продувку этих вещей. То есть часть мощности уходит на это. Поэтому его постоянно как бы не включают, только в те моменты, где там, допустим, там проходит через там какие-то тучи там и так далее, где может налипнуть или обледенеть, или снег, или что-то такое без засадки. Вот. Но в симуляторе понятное дело, что скорее всего это не работает. Ну, попробуем включить антиайс, посмотрим, что из этого получится. У меня как бы еще одна мысль появилась по этому поводу. Почему у нас клюет? Я хотел тоже попробовать. Поэтому даже не знаю. Карсил, ты сегодня полетишь? Или как? Какой-то негодяй мне дизлайк поставил. Не любит детективы в стиле нуар.
That girl is looking at me.
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me like hard. Now, I saw it.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a second.
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. Just look elsewhere and walk away slowly.
Когда ты бываешь свободным, лучше скажи. Так, как отсюда уйти теперь-то?
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Я большая, нужно много работать. Но тут не поспоришь, конечно.
You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal
Кстати, ты слышал это? Flybywear, которые делают мод для Airbus, по Airbus, вчера заявили, анонсировали, что они начинают разработку с нуля А380 для МФС. Такие вот новости. Еще из новостей по МФС в этом месяце будет два обновления, по-моему, 14 ноября и 26, а между ними еще будут какие-то один или два дополнения.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Look, Olivia, you know, last time...
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called you, but I was young and...
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call.
Года два смогли ждать с нуля. Ну посмотрим, они все равно, может быть, какие-то наработки уже будут использовать. Они приглашают как бы там ребят, которые в этой теме разбираются. Ну пускай делают потихонечку. Главное, что делают. Чем больше будет интересных самолетов, тем лучше. Как ни крути.
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Какой злобный товарищ.
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Все куплю. А зачем покупать? Он бесплатный. Бесплатный делает. Бесплатный проект.
Chicken shit.
Remember that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Мы вчера троем летали. К нам парень, короче, зашел на стрим. Рустам зовут. И прямо во время стрима, говорит, мы как раз летели из Владивостока в Южную Корею. И он прямо во время стрима такой говорит, я сейчас вас догоню. И где-то там примерно посмотрел по карте, где мы летим. И за нами прям, представляешь, на ручке летел. Догнал нас прям, на наш эшелон вышел. Мы прям вместе с звеном летели до Южной Кореи, вместе все сели. Правда, я в конце разбился, потому что мне опять носом клюнул, короче, этот самолет. Я очень сильно отскочил от взлетно-посадочной полосы. И в итоге получилось, что задрал слишком сильно этот нос и хвостом зацепил взлетку. И, короче, у меня черный экран был.
You know, Sonny, I love Laura, and I swear I'm gonna marry her one day. But I gotta admit, that Natasha woman has turned even my head.
I wouldn't mess with Laura if I were you, pal. Wouldn't even think about it. There are few women as dangerous as her. And not just because she's a predator.
You're telling me.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that
Ты, кстати, себе ставишь эти моды от ANX 32?
As you say, pal.
Обновленные. Или летаешь на дефолтном Airbus?
And examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Так, что нам тут еще дали?
We stepped into it, didn't we? We stepped in. Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be
молодцы, ребята, прям допиливают его постоянно. Каждый день какие-то обновления
I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Так, ну что, мы здесь всех просили? Можно сваливать.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
chicken police. Hands up.
Marty, that's enough.
Damn.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it when she hurried into the house.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natasha?
No idea. Do you think I measured her feet when I was in her room?
Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Marty, before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared? Take it easy. I swore I'm not gonna shoot you again.
Very gallant of you, partner.
Why, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
It's the nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
Flashlight.
I didn't bring one.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
Is that from an old movie?
No, it's an original.
Figures.
Опачки. Нихера себе. Эту девчонку завалили, которая к нам приходила.
She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful. Almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city. But in the end, its filth pulled you under. You know, no animal can swim in high heels.
Совсем другой оборот.
Wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office.
I figured. But what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it a lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats.
Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too. Kidnapped, or worse.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing.
Так, ребят, в общем, мне срочно надо убежать. Ко мне приехала столешница. Вот на этом мы стример «Подпишись» этим копом заканчиваем мой стрим. В общем, продолжим после того, как я установлю столешницу. Возможно, сегодня поиграем в GTX, а может быть сразу полетаем, посмотрим. Но пока продолжать эту историю не будем. Может быть, я в нее отдельно поиграю. Мне кажется, она слишком нудноватая для стрима. Вот, в общем, не прощаюсь. Сегодня еще обязательно скоро увидимся. Давайте, всем пока. Точнее, не прощаюсь, я говорю пока.